first little bit of help that I would have gotten from them.
It wasn't for Ms. Lamphere, it was for her children.
I was in a state of devastation.
It's just too much drama.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McKnight versus McKnight. Step forward, please.
18-year-old student Ashley McKnight is suing her sister, 21-year-old Latoria Tori McKnight, for money loaned to pay her rent. Ashley says Tori was in jail and needed help paying her bills.
What's your first name?
Ashley.
This is your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your first name?
Latoria.
According to your complaint, your sister went to jail, and you agreed that while she was in jail, you would pay the bills and the rent on her apartment, with the agreement that she would pay you back when she got out of jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Your sister in her answer says that you and your boyfriend decided to stay in the apartment and you trashed it, so she's not responsible for anything. What did you go to jail for and when?
Oh, I was on probation for a misdemeanor for having a traffic ticket and not paying on it. And see, they put you on probation until you pay the traffic ticket off. So I was on probation for that, and I was late paying on my probation fines. And so my probation officer, she took a warrant out on me October the 8th, but I didn't find out. She had took the warrant out on me until a week later. So then when I went to jail, I stayed 2 weeks.
Which 2 weeks?
After October the 8th, when I found out I had the warrant, that was a week. And after that week was up, I stayed in jail 2 weeks, and I came home October the 26th.
Now, did you ask your sister to pay your rent?
See, how it went was, when I went to jail that Friday, I thought I was supposed to be staying just a couple of days. Oh, I thought I was supposed to be staying a couple of days. I thought I was coming home that Monday. But I ended up staying 2 weeks. And so when I called home, I was like, keep my apartment up for me. And she said, we'll do that, we'll do that. So the whole time I was like, my rent paid. You know, when I come home, I have a place to come home to. Well, that Monday, after that 2 weeks, my probation officer, he was like, you just pay a certain amount of money and you can come home. So I'm like, okay, you know, I'm happy now. I'm coming home now. You know, I got all hyped up. I'm telling everybody I'm coming home, I'm coming home, I'm coming home. So I called my aunt, and she paid my probation officer to go ahead and pay my ticket off. That way I can come home. So when I came home, I didn't think she was going to be mad about paying my rent when she stayed there 3 weeks.
Well, just a minute. How could she stay there 3 weeks if you told me you were only in jail for 2 weeks?
I was in jail 2 weeks, but the week that I wasn't at home, I didn't stay there. So
Where'd you stay?
I stayed like in hotels. I stayed at my mama's house.
Oh, don't give me baloney.
I stayed at her house 2 weeks. On the 15th, Tori was in jail, and she called me and asked me, could I pay her rent for her? She told me her rent was $230, and I said, pay your rent? She was like, yeah. She said, you can stay there as long as you promise me you keep my bills up and pay my rent. So I said, okay. So at the time, she talked to a probation officer, and he said if she come up with like $500 cash, then she'll get out of jail. So when she was calling me that time, I had my cell phone. She was calling me on my cell phone. When she called for mine, called me on three-way, asked me, have I asked this person for some money? Have I asked that person for some money?
You and your boyfriend stayed in her apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, where had you been staying?
Well, I live with my mother.
So you moved out of your mother's house in with your boyfriend into
No,
her apartment.
No. It's not like we moved in like that. I live with my mother like he lived at his mama's house. But she told me I could stay there at her apartment if I pay all her bills for her. So, I mean...
That's nice. That's not alone.
No, she told me she would pay me back. She told me her rent was $230. When I talked to her site manager, she told me her rent was $350, and it's a $55 late fee because it was late. So she wanted $405. So then they took out a warrant or something, whatever her site manager did. And I got this paper stating that I have to pay Latoya rent by the 26th, so everything on their premises will be theirs.
I got it. So you paid the $405.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, she came out of jail on October 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's the same day you paid the $405?
Yes, ma'am.
And then she told you you had to leave.
Yes, ma'am.
So you left.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if she hadn't paid the $405, you would have owed the $405 plus November's rent.
Yes, ma'am.
No, she would have been put out. I'm sorry.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, she only stayed in the apartment 2 weeks. Why should you pay your rent for that 2 weeks?
She stayed in my place 3 weeks. I got carpet damage. All them bills still coming.
Show me proof.
Sir,
Proof.
well, I couldn't count claims for this.
Show me proof. Show me pictures.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Show me something.
Y'all don't have anything.
Well, that's what you think you were coming here for today. Your answer said that not only did she live there, but she caused all kinds of damage. She trashed your apartment. You came in, the place was a mess. The carpet was stained. The walls were... So for that, you have proof. You take a picture. Everybody's got a camera. What kind of camera do you have?
I don't have a camera.
You have a friend who has a camera.
No, I do not.
What's your name?
Charmaine Greer,
How old are you?
22,
You have any children?
2,
How old are they?
1 and 5 months.
Is she your friend?
Mm-hmm.
How many pictures do you have of your children? A whole bunch?
Yes.
Yes. Because you have what?
Camera.
Good. Right. See, instead of asking her to come to court today, you should have asked her to borrow her camera. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $405. That's all.
Body's always Steve, you may step out.
If she feel like I owe my sister, then I owe her. But I don't feel like I owe my sister.
I was trying to help out. I mean, I was gonna keep her apartment up and everything going on.
My carpet was dirty and I had trash everywhere.
Yeah, it might be in a trash bag in the kitchen, but I mean, trash do be in the kitchen.
Teeth sensitivity is so common. It immediately